All right, and so here we are. Happy Monday. It's definitely been an interesting weekend. Y'all can let me know in the chat how you feeling. I know we've got a lot of retrograde action going on, but right now the time is 7:11 as I'm announcing this, and so to me that's 7:11 is like good luck. When you're, I guess, playing craps. I think that's the game. um, I guess my ghetto passport has been revoked because I think that's craps where you roll the dice and or something. I don't know. I know 7-Eleven is supposed to be good, so positive changes are coming your way. Okay, so let's see what we have today. Well, what a coincidence. I said, 7-Eleven is about good luck, and on the Patreon, I believe this is the goddess that I posted for today's link, and it's Aphrodite. So I heard 14 after I shuffled. That was the card I pulled, and so we got synchronicity already. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So it's time to invoke that inner goddess, which is, I would say, definitely right in alignment with Virgo season. Virgo's associated with the high priestess, but goddess energy, it's kind of in the same realm. And on top of that, this is most certainly the opportune time to practice self-care. With it being Virgo season, all about health and beauty. So appreciating your beauty, being in your body, dancing helps you to do that. And then also appreciating your divinity, recognizing the goddess, the priestess, the queen, the sovereign woman that you are, recognizing that she lies within you. And let's see what else Miss Aphrodite has to say. All right, so Miss Aphrodite is the Greek goddess of passion and love associated with the planet Venus. Her name means foam born, as legend says that she sprang from her father. Well, this part gets weird. She sprang from her father Uranus's castrated genitals, which were cast into the ocean. Okay. Thus, Aphrodite represents unabashed female sexual energy. Aphrodite helps women feel comfortable with their bodies and their sexuality. She helps both genders to experience more passion in their relationships and to become more balanced as far as individual male female energy is concerned. Because we do have the embodiment of both, right? You got X and Y chromosomes up in there. You have your father and your mother's genetic imprints in there in your body as well. So although we are embodied in a female woman's body, we still have that masculine energy as well, which helps us to stay motivated, helps us to take action on things. It's what they call yang or yang energy. If you're looking at Chinese medicine versus yin, which is more feminine energy. So we'll just tap into the vibes and see what comes up today. I'm kind of picking up something. So we'll just see. So go ahead and take a moment before you close your eyes. Just notice your physical surroundings. I'm seeing what's to your left. I'm seeing what's to your right, above, below, and there's no need to make a big to-do list of, oh, I should be doing that, I need to do that. Just observe. Gives you a moment to check in with your physicality and your ability to occupy space. And then when you're ready, you can take some nice deep breaths in, allow yourself, just settle in, gently closing your eyes, softening your gaze. Noticing your thoughts. And just inviting your awareness, your focus in this moment. Noticing and acknowledging how you are feeling. Allowing all the energetic dust to just settle. As you follow your breath deeper within, coming to a place of centeredness in your being, in your presence, in your body. And just scanning your body, head to toe. Softening any areas of tension. Breathing in to any areas calling for your attention. And just riding the breath deeper and deeper within. Noticing its rate, its temperature. Observing the quality of your breath, allowing it to take you deeper into your body. Just making sure on your next breath or whenever you're ready that your crown is lit, your crown is being held high, space between the brows, relax, your neck, your jaw, your shoulders, relax. Your heart space soft and open. The belly soft and relaxed. So just allowing your hips to relax as you allow your body to be centered and aligned from the crown of your head all the way down to your pelvic floor. Becoming more grounded, more present in your body. And just giving it some love and appreciation for all that it does, voluntarily, involuntarily. Taking another moment or two to just breathe. Giving yourself this time to fully arrive and just be. Slow and steady inhale. Completely surrendering as you exhale. Just allowing the belly, the heart space, the mind to expand as you breathe inward. As you exhale, reversing that flow, squeezing, releasing all of that old stagnant energy and air out of your body. Repeating this flow of breath. Allowing it to just move through you, move you to a deeper space of reflection and introspection. Feeling yourself beginning to expand your awareness, expand your energetic field beyond your physical space, expanding your awareness beyond your city, your state, this country, this entire earth, allowing yourself to be open, expansive, and limitless. Feeling yourself become one with all that is, divine, feminine source energy. Just giving yourself a moment as you connect to that divine feminine essence. However you see her, sense her, notice her. Love and gratitude, allowing yourself to just receive the blessings of her presence. She begins to pour into you through your crown, through the mind, into the heart space, into the belly, into the hips, down through the legs, into your feet, grounding you down into the earth, rooting so deeply within the earth that you find yourself reaching the center point of the earth, and allowing yourself to receive that stability, sacred life force energy. Supports you, secures you, provides for you. Drawing up through those roots all of the nourishment that you need for yourself this moment, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Breathing deep. Just taking a moment, settle in. Slow down. Relax. Just breathe. Tonight's message is one reminding you to embrace your inner goddess. What imagery, what feelings, what thoughts come to mind when you think or hear the word goddess? And just notice how you respond to that word. Notice you have a preconceived definition. Notice how the goddess feels to you in your body. Feel connected to this archetype, this way of being. You feel disconnected. Just know that wherever you are on that spectrum is perfectly okay. Where you are in that is simply feedback. Any disconnection to the essence of the divine feminine or the goddess within is simply an opportunity to invoke that for yourself. Maybe to redefine how you see her, how you experience her, how you relate to her. And if you feel very connected to that essence of goddess energy, that also is feedback. Sometimes our connection to that essence varies depending on the day, or just like nature, we move through cycles and rhythms and seasons of our own. But the remembrance is that she is always there, alive, moving through you, maybe in smaller or lesser subtle increments. Maybe she shows herself through you in all of her glory. She is there. She is you and you are her. You are the embodiment of goddess energy. Notice how that feels to you. To hear, to know, to feel that you are the embodiment of goddess energy just as you are, right here in this moment. regardless of what your hair looks like, regardless of what you're wearing, regardless of what you're feeling. She is here. She is you. You are her rep, the PR, child, sister, mother, friend. Tonight's message reminds you to celebrate her in all the ways that she shows up. The easiest way to acknowledge that divine feminine essence within you is to simply look directly in the mirror. See yourself sovereign, holy, divine. Everything that makes you who you are is perfectly orchestrated. There are no mistakes. Even your flaws are flawless. You were created and born in and through love, regardless of what the world may say or think, what society may say or think. The truth is, your original essence is pure divine nature. So take this time to consciously celebrate yourself for showing up, for being here, not just in the meditation, but for physically being here, emotionally being here, mentally being, spiritually being here. As humans, as women, I know there are probably days that you may have had or you didn't want to be here. You didn't know how you would make it another day. But you're here. You have survived 100% of all the days that you doubted, didn't think you could make it. But you are here. Celebrate yourself. Find appreciation in your hair, in your face, in your eyes, in the way that you speak, the way that you show up in the world, the way that you dress, the way you move, the ways you take care of yourself. When you take the time to care for yourself, you are taking time being devotional to your inner goddess. You are her caretaker, and appreciating your divinity through dance or self-care, appreciation are just some of the ways that you can show her the divine within, that you see her, acknowledge her. You love her. Allow your inner feminine wisdom and beauty to rise to the surface. Feel her essence flowing through your body. Each breath in and out, allowing yourself to see her wisdom, insight, guidance. And with each exhale, allowing yourself to soften any resistance, to quiet any fears, overriding your fears with faith. Giving yourself permission to just relax. Cherish your power. Take note of the power that you hold as a woman. Society, religious beliefs, culture, gender, and so forth may say or have you think otherwise. But you know your power. You may downplay it, pretend it's not there, forget, just to remember once again, it's there. Connect to that source of power as you allow yourself to breathe. Feel it moving through every cell of your body. You see, no matter if your physical body is male or female, we all have an inner femininity that nurtures us, allows us to be soft, compassionate, creative, empathetic, inspiring, expansive, intuitive. Now is the time to become more aware of and embrace the magnificence that lies within you. With multiple planets in phase we call retrograde, this is a time to reflect, time to reconnect, maybe even redefine our relationship to ourselves, to others, to the divine feminine, how we see her, how we think that should look like, we think that should feel like or be like. What if the divine feminine is so dynamic? That your embodiment of her is exactly the way it was designed to be. What if you decided to let go and release anything that says you are less than divine sovereign being? No matter where it came from, no matter how hard you may want to hold on to that truth, ask yourself, does it serve you in this moment? Does that belief, that thought, that program, that imagery, standard, or expectation, does that truly serve you? Sometimes our disconnection to the divine feminine is simply because we have an ideal of what that should look like. And it makes the embodiment of that, the belief that we are that, elusive, intangible. Next thing you know, we feel unworthy, undeserving, less than, small, insignificant, hopeless, powerless. What if you allow your mind to open up to new thoughts and just redefine how the divine feminine can be and show up for you? Maybe she's wild and free. Maybe she's soft, graceful. Maybe she's a little bit of all of the above. You choose to redefine how you see, experience the divine feminine within and out. Just breathe. Allowing yourself to just contemplate. And as you do so, the mind, your body will start to explore this new option. You begin to reconnect to that essence, that original essence of purity, truth, of love, of light, divinity. Wholeness. Begin to reconnect with yourself. As you do so, find that there are so many things to celebrate about yourself. You'll start to remember who you are, why you're here. You begin to resource by coming back to yourself time and time again, regaining your strength, your power, your creative expression. Find yourself living more in the flow of life. Synchronicity, magic, and miracles come with ease. And this magic becomes a way of life, becomes your truth. What would it feel like to awaken the goddess within you? Take a moment, just breathe it in, relax, and just see what you notice as you awaken intentionally the goddess within. How can you balance energies that lie within you, that which is active and doing the most, and that which is soft, passive, flowing, surrender? What would it feel like to hold and balance the space in between? You find yourself more of a giver or a nurturer or a doer. What would it feel like just this moment to receive? One way that I like to receive is just by allowing the cosmic source energy above to pour into me through my crown, allowing that golden light, that essence to flow down into the crown, down my spine, allowing it to move all the way down through the neck, mid back, low back, sacrum, tailbone, easing any and all tension as it moves down the back of the body. As it reaches the base of the spine and the pelvic floor, it loops up the front of the body, coming up through the low belly, passing through the belly button, coming up into the upper belly, the heart space. As it comes into the heart space, just allowing it to flow down through the arms, into your hands and fingertips. The rest of this cosmic energy flowing up from the heart space into the throat, into the third eye, and just fountaining out the crown of your head, allowing your entire upper body to receive. And from those roots that we have reaching down, nice and sturdy, strong and secure into the earth, allow ourselves to receive the nourishment from that source of energy, bringing it up through the soles of our feet, into our ankles, calves, shins, knees, moving across the thighs into the hips, and then eventually flowing into the base of the spine and back down into the earth, so that you are receiving from above and below. This particular style of energy work or meditation gives you an opportunity to just be, just breathe, receive, and relax. How can you appreciate today the divinity that is within you? What are 3 things that you consciously celebrate about yourself today? And bonus points if you can name a couple more, maybe 5. Or 3 to 5 things you can celebrate about yourself today. Showing up and being here is definitely one of them. Giving yourself this time, this care, this moment to go within, to rest, to receive, to relax. It's worthy of your time, your effort, your presence. Various interpretations and meanings for tonight's message of embracing and celebrating your inner goddess is to balance receiving and giving, balance activity with rest and reprieve, balance resistance, hardness, softness, and grace. Taking the time and steps needed to heal not only how you define what being a woman means or how that should look, but also taking the time to heal your inner child, sexuality, enjoy being feminine, allowing yourself to dance and to move and to be receptive, to be soft and no longer hiding your femininity, celebrating, embracing it. Every day, in ways big or small, celebrate yourself. And remember that in doing so, you are also honoring your divinity, your inner goddess. yourself. Another moment or two, another breath or two. We're bringing some gentle movement to your divine body. Wiggling the toes, fingers, allowing this animation, this movement to move into wrists or ankles, and allowing those movements maybe become a little bigger as you take stretches. Maybe give yourself a hug, celebrating yourself being here and showing up to reconnect to yourself. Beautiful, magnificent woman that you are, coming out of trance and meditation. You are ready. All right. Let me set up. I would like that message, this tonight's message of inner goddess. And you know, sometimes we forget that dance is, you know, and self-care are ways that we can show our appreciation to the divine feminine, because what we're doing is showing that we appreciate being in a female body, being a vagina owner. All right. So with that being said, I know that, you know, in today's cultural climate and society, we got a lot going on here in the US of A. And, you know, the suppression, the oppression of feminine energy is not something that, you know, is new. But there's a reason why. You know, people tend to fear things that they don't either understand, or things that are beyond their wildest imagination. People tend to fear things that intimidate them because they are more expansive, more dynamic, more adaptable. And guess what? That's what women are. That's what we do. Okay, we adapt. We make things happen. We hold things together. We do this. We do that. We just have to remember to also do that for ourselves. You know, so taking the time to be here, whether it's in this space, you know, on Monday nights at 7, or any space, even if you're just by yourself. But taking the time to just truly check in with yourself, noticing how you're feeling, and any, you know, self-preservation, self-soothing, self-care techniques, tools, or rituals that you have. Those are all ways of honoring the divine feminine within, because as you honor yourself and your body, you are doing both, honoring yourself and the divine feminine, because you are that. So the collective message, let's see what Spirit has. Okay. So the message that I got is really, 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 and this can probably go kind of deep, because societal expectations. The message that I got for the collective is pretty much to really take time to notice, you know, like, what are your beliefs, expectations, judgments, or like ideals, you know, perfect pictures of of what you think it means to be a woman, what you think it means to just be female, what that energy, that feminine energy looks like, or, noticing the different maybe stereotypes that you have attached to those archetypes of goddess, woman, queen, priestess, high priestess, sorceress, whatever, magi, however you see yourself. Um, and then also looking at how you see that more etheric, spiritual aspect of feminine energy. The message, it looks like here with all these planets also in retrograde, it's a great time to actually do this, to like revisit and reconstruct those things mentally and emotionally, so that you can embody something different. So where did I go with that? So yeah, the collective message is one of like redefining that, because we don't necessarily realize it, but on a ancestral level, meaning like genetic, but then also on a spiritual level, like our past lives and our soul karmic stuff, we have a lot of imprints and a lot of programs that are running in the background. And a lot of them say that, you should be, in order to be a real woman or whatever, you should be like 36, 24, 36. Okay. Or you should be this size, or you should be that size, or you should be this color, you should be that color, you should be this height, you should be that height, you should be this age, you should be that. So the collective message really just like, fuck that. Like, how do you want that experience to be for you? All right, while you are here this lifetime, how can you make that something better? You know what I'm saying? For the next generation, and also just for yourself. Because that's a lot of weight to hold in our subconscious and unconscious mind, of these expectations of what it's supposed to be like as a woman based off men's perspective. Okay, we don't care. We don't care what they think. Okay, because the more we stand in our power and our truth, the more we can be, I want to say, that beacon of light, and that I don't want to just say embodiment, but it's like we can be a way shower. We can be a light worker. We can bring light to those darker aspects of the box that women, quote unquote, are supposed to fit in based on men's expectations and desires, right? Because men, don't get me wrong, I love men, that's fine, but it's one of those things where they expect women a lot of times to look like this and look like that. Well, we don't see y'all doing that for us. I mean, women, we put a lot into what we think men like, what they want, and as someone who does psychic readings, a lot of intuitive work, what I've found is that a lot of that actually, I know that people will say, women, we don't get dressed for men, we get dressed for other women, right? Because men, they don't care about the spray tan, they don't care about the lashes and the baby hairs, they don't care about all that. Men don't care about that, right? They don't care if we're completely bare down there, we got a whole Amazonian bush. They really don't care. They really don't. It's women, women, we do that. But what I found in doing a lot of past life work, and what I would call like PTSD, like post traumatic soul or spirit disorder, in a way, is that a lot of times we do that out of survival. That's something that we have an ancestral karmic tie to, because back in the day, you had people who were hunters and gatherers, and the men that were the most successful hunters were the ones that got more of the, attention and so forth. So women would compete, right, against each other. Maybe the more you look this way or more that way, you were more, chosen to be the wife, the mistress, whatever, of this particular guy. So I think that is where some of that, women trying to fit in this ideal, this concept of what it's supposed to be like. I think some of that comes from that kind of competitive nature. of like trying to get the man, you know, the breadwinner and so forth. And so therefore we start to do these things that we think men will, you know, well, we think that makes us better than the next female to attract the man, right, to be the provider. I noticed that. So that's one aspect that I've noticed when it comes down to like soul retrieval work, especially working with women. Some of it comes from that lineage, and then some of it also comes from, I guess it's like the 1800s, early 1900s, when it was like the corsets and so forth. And so some of our disempowerment or disconnection to our power also comes from that, which technically wasn't that long ago, right? I mean, maybe like the last 100 years, you know, and nowadays, to me, our modern day corsets or, you know, and so forth are waist trainers. And I see women as a massage therapist, I see women that wear that and I'm just like, that's not good, girl. That's just not, no ma'am. Because what happens is you don't realize that all this here, when all this is being tight, not only does it kind of create a certain amount of pressure in this area. But back in the day when women would get like ribs removed and all this stuff to make that 36, 24, 36 figure, you're actually doing your body a huge disservice, because what you're doing is pushing all of your digestive organs down. Okay. Not only are they restricted and confined, but you're also suppressing them. So guess what? When you're here, when you're when you are restricting and suppressing this energy, well, guess what? This is all right here, your solar plexus, your power center. So corsets, waist trainers, guess what they do? They suppress and restrict your power center. Okay, I don't know if that was intentional or not, you know, as far as like, did a man do that to make sure women stay, you know, restricted and suppressed in their power? I don't know. I don't know how intentional that was. However, I do believe that that does tie into that whole, let me get the man, the provider, the best one, you know, by looking this way. And so more modern day ideals is like the European standard of beauty, you know, where you got to be tall and you got to be thin and you got to be this, that, and other. And so the collective message is pretty much say fuck that. And, you know, just my throat chakra overactive. But to really look at the beliefs that you have, the concepts, the ideals, stigmas, stereotypes, all that. Look at how you see the divine feminine, and then explore ways to maybe reconstruct that belief or that mental structure. You know, like redefine what that looks like, and maybe you'll find that there's actually some freedom in there for you to just be and to just exist as you are, a divine, sovereign woman. Okay. So that is the collective message, and we'll go into the readings.